All right, welcome back to the Ron Eric Show. Eric Bombeck filling in this evening. Appreciate you joining me here. I wish I had a clip for you from Night of the Living Dead. And you say, well, why would you want to play something from the Night of the Living Dead? Because I have a director here from Pittsburgh with me, Chris Niespodzianski, who has recently directed a zombie movie, which seems to be the place to, if you're going to do a zombie movie, Pittsburgh is the spot. It's, of course, where the original Night of the Living Dead was filmed. And he's on the air with me now, and we're going to be getting a call in from the main actor in the movie, Chad Conley, as well. Hey, Chris, what's going on tonight, man? How are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Eric?
I'm doing awesome, man. So you, how many zombie movies have been made down that way in the last 30 or 40 years? A handful of them, haven't there?
Yeah, quite a bit. It's the unofficial zombie capital of the world. So, well, what better place to do it?
Where are you from?
I'm from Pittsburgh.
Okay, where at down there?
I'm from the South Hills area.
Okay, all right. Yeah, have you made your way up into Sharon at all?
I have been there before. Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe to go to the Quaker Steak and Lube or something.
Right.
Okay, cool. So, how old a guy are you, Chris?
I am 43 years old.
Okay, you sound younger.
Oh,
and,
young at heart, man.
Yeah, that's right. So, have you always been a zombie movie fan?
Yeah, I've always been a fan of zombie movies, all horror films, just movies in general.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a short film that's also called The Other Side.
Mm-hmm.
That this movie, the feature film, is based on. It won a couple of awards, and everybody wanted to see, more from the film. So we decided to go ahead and give it a shot.
That's awesome. Have you? How old were you when you first saw Night of the Living Dead? Do you remember when you first saw it?
Oh man, I was probably when I shouldn't have seen it, probably like 9 or 10.
Okay. I never saw it fully until about a decade ago. I saw bits and pieces of it when I was a kid, but I watched it. I don't know if it was on Netflix or something. About 10 years ago, I finally sat down and watched the whole Night of the Living Dead. And I was telling you off the air, for a lot of people, most people listening around here know this, that Chilly Billy was in that movie. Bill Cardille, who, of course, was the host of the Chilly Billy Theater, was from Sharon, and he played a cop in that. And then his daughter has starred in or been the main star in all the Dawn of the Deads and all those, and that's funny. So you decided to make The Other Side. Talk a little bit about the movie. What's the movie? You say it's a zombie movie with a twist. I know you can't give away the plot, but talk a little bit about the difference between this and other zombie movies.
Well, I mean, it's pretty comparable to like The Walking Dead, in that the film is about the people more than zombies at first. You're basically picked up and thrown right into small town Pennsylvania, a fictional town called Elkwood, PA, and you're thrown in there right into the dysfunctional family in a small town, and then you see their problems and what they're actually going through, and how they have to put it all on hold when the zombie apocalypse hits. So, it's kind of a slow burn. You get to know the characters, so you
right.
for them, and things just aren't right. The chief of police is out there trying to figure out why people are going missing. In the hills of Pennsylvania.
Where did you mostly shoot this at?
Most of it was shot in Claysville, Pennsylvania.
I don't know where that's at. Near Elkwood somewhere.
Yeah. It became Elkwood for
right.
3 months.
Well, I love that name. Elkwood should have been a name. If it's not a name of a Pennsylvania town, it should have been. Anyways.
We actually we held a contest.
Mm-hmm.
And people who are fans of the film before it was made actually came up with the name of the town.
With Elkwood, that's great. Where's Claysville?
That is real close to West Virginia.
Okay.
So it's south.
Pennsylvany there.
We shot with my co-director Raymond Mongelli, his parents' house. They were gracious enough to let us shoot there, and we kind of descended upon their property.
How long were you there? How long were you there, Chris?
Well, we were there for about 7 days straight.
Wow.
And then...
While they were still living there?
Filming. Yeah.
Okay,
oh, yeah.
Wow.
Sure, it was difficult on them, but they were troopers. They really hung in there. I don't think they were prepared entirely for what was right. down on them, but yeah, it was fun.
So, how many zombies did you employ in this movie?
Oh, geez.
Do you have an open casting call for people to show up as zombies?
Yeah, we did actually on certain days. We also had some the ringer zombies, I like to call them, the featured zombies. Who played a bigger part. Like the first zombie you see up close. That was somebody, friend of mine, Corey Graham, who does a podcast. That we kind of became friends because of the short film. He saw it at the Erie Horror Fest and really liked the short film, and he got involved in the feature.
How many zombies would you guess you had on the peak days?
About 75 to 100 total.
Okay. How do you round up people? Do you just go to Craigslist these days and put a thing out and say around, hey, come show up? I mean, how do you round them up?
Well, we had a lot of like family and friends that wanted to be zombies.
Sure. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, we put out a feeler on Facebook.
Right.
And
I figured social media.
Yeah, and it just grew from there. And we were amazed at how many people showed up and just were troopers. There was no guarantee they were going to be in the film. They didn't get paid a dime, but they got to eat, and they got to say, "Hey, I was a zombie in the film."
They didn't get to eat. What kind of flesh did they get to eat?
Well, anybody that
roast beef.
gave us, yeah.
Now listen, how I found you was my buddy John Neese. Was he a zombie in the movie as well?
Actually, he was, yes.
I figured.
In the movie, and he also worked on the film, behind the scenes, helping with a bunch of stuff.
What now? Did people have to show up dressed like a zombie already, or did you have makeup people making zombie-izing them as they got there?
We did have people that would turn them into zombies. Chuck Hendershot, who's also in the film, was our makeup special effects supervisor, and him and a couple of other people, that he worked with, had everybody made them up. But we did tell them, bring clothes you don't mind getting messed up because we covered them in blood. And,
right.
Yeah.
What do you use for blood these days? What's the choice for movie making?
I don't remember the exact recipe. But I'm pretty sure it was.
Is it chemicals? It's not like food. It's not like ketchup, is it?
No, it's...
you actually buy something that's like a fake blood?
It's Hershey's chocolate syrup and some other stuff so that you can actually get it in your mouth. And
so it has some consistency to it.
Right.
Oh, that's amazing. So have you directed other movies? Is your first feature film?
Yes, first feature film. Like I said, we had done a short film first called The Other Side, and that got us the chance to do the feature. And with the film coming out September 1st, we've already had some doors open up and in contact with some people, and starting to talk about what the next step is, next film we want to make.
Well, I know in movie making it's funding and distribution. So let's take them in that order. How'd you get the funding to make the movie?
Well, it started off with some, family and close friends. We got to what our initial budget was, and then after 2 or 3 days of production, we realized we're going to need more money.
Right.
So, my brother John, who is the main producer, and another partner with Orchard Place Productions, Chris Murphy, who plays the mayor in the film, they went out and beat the streets for people to, invest some money. And then we did 2 crowdfunding campaigns to help bridge the gap.
I figured you did crowdfunding. Tell people that may not know what that means, what that is.
Well, we went with Indiegogo, and it's you go to a website and you upload a video, you explain what your movie's about, and people can actually donate money, and whatever level they want. They can donate as little as $1 or as much as $1,000 or whatever if they wanted to. But each level that they donate at, they get a perk. Like we gave away signed pages of the script, pictures of the cast and crew, that was autographed. One was, get a day, spend a day with the editor while they're editing the film, which was me. So,
yeah, I've done some editing. Editing's boring.
I enjoy it, but it does get boring, yes.
Yeah, that doesn't sound, I wouldn't want to win that prize. Not a day with the editor. Maybe something else. You didn't give away Be a Zombie in the movie if you're fun? That might have been your way to go.
I'm pretty. We did actually.
Okay.
So I think maybe. I don't remember how many people did that, but yeah,
Right.
some people. If you look at the credits, you'll see they're a zombie and they gave money.
Right. Yeah, it seems to me $50 or $75. There'd be a lot of people out there that would be certainly willing to donate that to be a chance to be a zombie in the movie. That's great. Did a lot of people come already dressed as already zombieized? I mean, the
No,
makeup.
No, we told them not to.
Okay.
To be consistent.
Right.
The look.
Yeah, that's
Because
right.
Zombies that they're fresh zombies. This is the very beginning. You find out what
Fresh
caused,
zombies.
Yeah, you find out what caused the zombie apocalypse, at least in the other side.
Right.
And
How long would that take to get all them into makeup? It had to be a long process. Like get there at 4 a.m. type thing?
Yeah, for the larger scenes with the more zombies, it was the timing of everything was crucial and it was difficult. The first 2 days, we actually filmed at a local school.
Right.
It used to be a school, over elementary school. It's no longer a school; it's privately owned. So we rented that out, used that as a school in the film.
Right.
And we had a scene with zombies with school children. Won't give that away.
Right.
But it got to the point where you're like, oh, we're not going to make our day because all these people and look how long it's going to take.
Yeah.
And,
what did it take? 4 or 5 hours? 4, 5, 6 hours to get everybody into makeup?
I don't know. I was busy shooting other things. I'm not 100% sure, but I know it did take a while because we had quite a few people show up, and we had like 3 or 4 people that were able to put the makeup on, and they had different stations. Like one person would do the detailed makeup,
right?
Another person would, do the airbrush over top of it to get the
assembly line going on. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then they did the spray down with blood. So,
by the way, if you
a zombie car wash.
That's awesome. Hey, listen, if you just happen to be tuning in, I'm here with Chris Niespodzianski, who is the director of The Other Side. It's a brand new zombie movie that was made in Pittsburgh. And Chris, when can people see it, and when's it coming out, man?
It's coming out September 1st. All North America, video on demand on multiple platforms. So you can go, if you have Verizon Fios, it will be on your cable on demand. Big Dish Network as well. And then, you have what the future is. You have Vudu, where you can go on and you can actually rent the film, stream it, or actually buy it on Vudu as a digital download. And then you can go to Amazon as well. There's quite a few, I think, iTunes.
So how do you, help me understand how it works, Chris? How do you make money, you as the people making the movie, how do you make money on all these platforms where stuff's going to on demand? How does it work?
Well, we went through a distributor, Gravitas Ventures.
Okay.
So they were interested in the film.
And you guys won some awards, is that right? I don't mean to interrupt you, but you won some awards, so that's why you got the attention you did?
It could be partial. There's part of the reason why I think people were interested. Anything that wins an award, you can put the laurel leaves on the cover.
Right.
Can garner interest from people, especially since we don't have any big names in the film.
Yeah.
Nobody that you look at the name and hey, I want to watch that because Brad Pitt's in it.
Right.
Well, we couldn't afford Brad.
Sure.
But I mean, we had quite a few offers from some distribution companies. Decided to go with Gravitas Ventures, and then we make the money a certain percentage of every sale or every rental. So it kind of works like any other.
I see. So somebody gets it, and it's $2.99 on demand. Somebody watches it, you get a cut.
Yes.
Okay. And they give you any kind of idea what how long it's going to take you to recoup at least what you spent on the film? In the kind of distribution venues that you're in?
Well, we're hopeful that it catches fire. I mean, there's not a lot of we're doing more of a grassroots campaign on trying to get the word out.
Sure. Yeah.
And I guess it all depends on if it catches fire, if the right person watches it, if it climbs up in the rankings on iTunes, other people will say, hey, what's this? And then, decide to watch it. But we're really hoping that the whole Pittsburgh area rallies around us and, help some hometown boys, pursue their dream and hopefully make enough money to make the next film.
You got to, maybe for the next film, you got to put a famous Pittsburgher in there, like Donnie Iris or a Pittsburgh Steeler maybe, or Neil Walker maybe. You get John Wayner and Neil.
We have some contacts in that realm, so that's not out of the realm of possibilities for sure.
That's great. What when you were 43, you made the short, I'm assuming just a few years ago. What's been your day job meanwhile, or do you have a full-time job otherwise?
Yeah, I'm a computer guy, kind of a computer geek.
So you're self-employed.
Yeah, and I do network administration, for contracts here and there, just to make ends meet. But
did that job allow you the opportunity to go ahead and take the time off to make this movie then?
Yeah, I took almost a year off.
Wow.
With no income coming in.
That's just tough.
And I didn't take a salary. Nobody in our production company, which is Orchard Place Productions, nobody in our company took a salary. So we all, did it for the love of it. Right.
That's amazing. So you took a year off work. That had to be extremely difficult.
It was trying. But if I hadn't, for the editing and everything that it entailed, we probably wouldn't be here where we are right now.
So you directed and edited the movie?
Yeah, I co-directed with Raymond Mongelli, and I wrote and edited it as well.
Oh, geez, you did a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we were supposed to be getting a call from the main actor. Maybe he doesn't have the number correct right now. It's a little bit early to do this, but let me do this. Let me go ahead and take a break here, and we will. Why don't you do me a favor and see if you can just text him or whatever you want to do on your. Are you on your cell phone now?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to hang up, you can call back in, or see if you can stay on the line, or however you want to do it. Get a hold of him. Maybe you can call us. And I tell you what, just hang on. I'll get a hold of you off the air here in a second.
Okay.
Listen, I appreciate everybody joining me here this evening. Chris Niespodzianski is here from the other side, a new zombie movie in Pittsburgh. We're going to take a short break here, and then we're going to come back with the lead actor from the movie. So stay with us more on the Ron Arrett Show. I'm Eric Bombeck filling in. We'll be back. It has that 50s space movie feel to it almost, even though it was 1968. What do you think of this theme song there, Chris? I think you ought to use it for a future movie. Maybe you can get rights to it.
Yeah, I'll try to get a hold of George, see if he lets me.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
George Romero's okay. Does he live in Pittsburgh still?
I think so. I've seen him in a few like events and stuff like that, but I'm not sure if he's living here or living anywhere else. And
is he from Pittsburgh originally? George Romero, of course, is the guy that did brought the zombie craze to America with the Night of the Living Dead. Filmed in Pittsburgh, and I think they filmed it all over in Butler and all over. And might even have did something up this way. That might have done something up this way, here near the Sharon area where they filmed that. But it's really become the zombie. Do you guys have like any kind of annual zombie event like a lot of cities do?
Yeah, there's a Zombie Fest at the convention center, the David L. Lawrence Convention Center every year. That they have. We actually had a table there last year to have awareness of the film, because we had our own theatrical premiere October of last year. Little short run at the Hollywood Theater in Dormont.
Very cool.
Yeah, went out and sold it.
That's awesome. Hey, so we have joining us Chad Conley, who was, I guess, maybe the lead actor in the movie. Chad, what's going on?
Hey, Eric, how's it going?
I'm doing great, man. I appreciate you joining me here. So, tell me how you got to be involved with the other side.
That's actually a crazy story. I was involved in a couple other filming projects going on in Pittsburgh, and my good friend John Neese gives me a call and says, hey, my buddy's actually filming a movie. It's a zombie movie, and he's like, they're holding auditions in the downtown area of Pittsburgh. He's like, I could probably get you in if you'd like to audition. So I'm like, yeah, I'm always looking to audition for different things. So, yeah, set it up. So it gives me the number. I called down, and it seemed like they were pretty much booked up at the time. They had a full schedule going on, so I was like the last guy they expected probably to get this lead position.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in, I read some lines for them, and 2 weeks later they called me and offered me the lead role.
I hear a little bit of a, how old a guy are you?
I'm 28.
Okay, I hear a little bit of a Pittsburgh accent there. Just a teeny one.
I got to work on hiding it a little bit.
No, it's a movie made in Pittsburgh. You got to have I'm assuming that's why they hired you.
That's probably why.
Going down there and listen to some Donny Iris and gets down and watches Stillers. And that.
Definitely, man, definitely.
Chris, did anybody write in there? Did you have N''AT in the script at all anywhere?
No, any Pittsburghese is all
it's all filtered out, huh?
So
you got a bunch of zombies out there in that.
You know it, bro.
That's funny. So, what was? How long were you actually, Chad? How long were you actually? Did you shoot? How long was the time period that you were actually shooting this film?
I'm pretty sure we were looking at like 9 days or 2 weeks straight, and then a few pickup scenes after that. So
right.
it probably went on for a good month and a half, maybe more, just until the film was actually complete.
Now, I don't know if this will give away the plot, so don't say anything that will give away the plot, obviously. But were you are you become a zombie at some point, or will that give away too much?
Oh, that's giving away way too much.
All right. We can't divulge that. Oh, that's funny. So, talk a little about your role. Who do you play? What was your role in the movie?
My character is a family man. His name's Chris Sullivan. He's dealing with some issues of making bad choices in the past, and all he really wants is to have this perfect family. And he wakes up one morning, his wife is missing, so he goes in search of his wife and finds out that there's actually other people missing in this small town, and he comes in contact with these flesh-eating humans.
And so are you the lead then?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have a day job? How do you get off work for a couple of weeks to do this?
Actually, just recently, I've took on acting full time. As things are picking up, I'm staying busy, so I'm hoping to make a long, successful career out of this.
Well, that begs the question: how many different groups of people are making movies in Pittsburgh this day? I know that they're doing a couple TV shows there. At least one they were. Talk about the either one of you guys. This is for both you guys. How many movie production companies are there and/or TV shows being done down there these days?
Chris, you want to take this one?
Yeah. There's there's some Hollywood productions here.
Mm-hmm.
They shot for the Southpaw with Jake Gyllenhaal.
It's out right now. It's out right now. Yeah.
They were shot right down the street from my house.
Okay. Wow.
And then they have the last season of Banshee on the Cinemax show that just wrapped filming. There's another TV show going on. Some people from the other side, actually. Jack Davis, who plays Greg in the film, he's making his first feature film right now.
Cool.
Chad's actually in it. It's called The Chop. And they've been filming for, about a week, 2 weeks maybe? Chad?
It's probably a little over 2 weeks. It might be closer to a month now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's the movie about, Chad?
The movie The Chop? It's about a chop shop. It's a car movie. Basically import cars, but it's got all the goodies in it. It's got beautiful women. It's got drug trafficking and gunfire. So,
more can you ask for? You can't.
It's
zombies. You could ask for zombies in there, but otherwise, hey.
Absolutely.
That's funny stuff. So yeah, I mean, it seems to me that this is just an outsider's opinion here, but it seems to me Pittsburgh would be an extremely difficult city to shoot. I guess if you're shooting downtown. When I say Pittsburgh, they're not shooting downtown, but that city is so hard, so many bridges and so many different ways to get around down there. It's extremely difficult. It seems like it'd be hard to shoot anywhere in the city.
I'll tell you what, from my own experience, it doesn't seem that bad.
Have you guys shot in the city itself at all?
We're actually shooting a scene within the next 2 weeks for The Chop, and it's going to be at a location at a bar, and I don't think there's going to be any problems whatsoever. Pittsburgh is a small community, so everybody seems to know somebody, so everybody's connected to somebody, and you just use your networking skills, and it seems to work out because it's such a small, tight community.
That's great. Where are you from? What part of Pittsburgh are you from, Chad?
I'm from the South Hills.
Okay, you and Chris know each other before the movie? You guys buddies?
I did not, no. But it's crazy. We've actually become pretty close friends from working together and hopefully working in the future.
That's good stuff. Chris, we've been talking about it for a while, and it's been a while since we've talked about how people can see the movie. Talk a little bit about, once again, how they can see the movie. By the way, Chris Niespodzianski's here from The Other Side, a new zombie movie made out of Pittsburgh, as well as Chad Conley, who's the lead in the movie. Talk about how somebody can see this movie now that we've been talking about it for a while.
Okay, it's coming out on September 1st on video on demand. So it'll be on Verizon, Fios, Dish Network, and then a bunch of other smaller cable companies all throughout North America. And then it also is going to be on, like I said earlier, the future of video on demand platform on the internet. It's going to be on Vudu, where you can actually sign up. It's kind of like Netflix, but you can purchase films, you can rent them one at a time, or you can purchase them as a digital download. And it's also the same thing on Amazon. It's going to be on iTunes, which is the same kind of thing. And we're hoping that it's successful enough on those platforms that we can then start to look at other platforms.
Is that the future?
The ultimate resting place we're hoping is like Netflix.
Is that the future? That what you're talking about, the platforms that you were mentioning there, they're mostly online platforms. Is that where the movies are going?
I think so. I think you're seeing it like Netflix is huge right now. Vudu is like one of their competitors, as well as Amazon and iTunes. But the other thing is like HBO now has a website, Showtime, and they're going to start offering. You can actually just sign up online. You don't even need to have HBO on your cable box anymore. You can just sign up online and watch all their programming and movies online.
When you say online, so is there a way do people stream that into their television, or is it people watching it on the computer?
Oh, you can stream it into your television. There's like Google has a thing called a Chromecast.
Yeah.
That you can buy. You just plug it into the HDMI port on your TV.
Has that really caught on yet?
Boom,
do you think that seems like they were saying years ago that's what was going to be the future of movies, but it really seems like it hasn't quite caught on yet that way, has it?
For independent films, I think that's the way to go.
That's the future.
Because we're not always welcome, in the big studio system, because we try to challenge things and do things differently. That's what The Other Side is. It's a very different look at the zombie genre. And I don't want to mislead people. It's not like Resident Evil or something, and it doesn't have like the zombie kill of the week. It's not constant blood and guts. It's more story, more substance.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like a movie with a story behind it. I don't care for just the shooting and killing. I like a story. So it sounds like it's really good.
Right, and we hope so. But we've had some reviewers that have reviewed it. If you go onto IMDb, you can check the film out there. There's a lot of pretty good reviews from some people who review movies for a living.
Right.
And Chad actually won. I wanted to get this in there. Chad won Best Actor at Horror Hound in Cincinnati in March.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
Chad, do you think you can make a living making movies in Pittsburgh, or do you eventually going to have to move somewhere where they make movies?
That's a good question. I'd like to answer that with an absolute yes. I mean, it seems like there's so many new projects that are happening here in Pittsburgh, and things have just started really picking up for me myself. But it seems like they just signed the new tax, so the taxes are nice and low, so people want to come here and make movies.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wish you the very best here. Is this the first radio interview you've done?
Yeah, it is.
All right, well, good. So when you can always remember this, and then when you make it to Hollywood, don't forget us here in Sharon.
Absolutely not, Eric.
Okay, good stuff. All right, well, gentlemen, listen, we're just about out of time. Chris or Chad, anything else I've missed that you guys want to touch on before we get out of here?
No, I just personally want to thank everybody who supported us along the way over the past 2 years. It's been a heck of a ride, and it's all going to come to fruition, and I hope that everybody gets online or gets on under cable box and watches The Other Side come September 1st.
That's excellent. I think John said he was going to send me a copy of the movie, and I'd appreciate him doing that because I'm looking forward to seeing it now.
Definitely.
All right, well, gentlemen.
I just want to say that we do have a short film coming out called Some Gave All, and it's the lead character is Rob Lischio, and it's a Vietnam era type movie, and it's about post-traumatic stress that the soldiers came back with. So that is the next project that will be out. So look out for Some Gave All.
Wow, that sounds excellent. Okay, gentlemen, Chris Niespodzianski and Chad Conley from the movie The Other Side coming out September 1st. I thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much.
Have a great night.
You too. Bye.
All right, well, listen, I appreciate you joining me and staying with me all this time, all the way to 6:45. That's awesome. We're going to take a short break here on the Ron Aird Show. Eric Bombeck filling in this evening. We'll be back with Open Forum for about 15 more minutes. Stay with us.